This is a brand new car, and I'm going to check it out for the very first time. What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda. I'm standing in front of an Alfa Romeo Tonale. Sounds like tamale, but this is a pretty new model. I've actually been eager to check this out because I think it's the sister car to the Dodge Hornet, I think. So kind of the same platform. Two different takes on the car because I don't think the Hornet is considered kind of a premium car, and Alfa Romeo obviously skews that way. But I'm really intrigued by this because I've always really wanted an Alfa Romeo. It's one of those Italian cars that I've actually never owned one for a variety of reasons. I've really loved them even since I was a kid, like the Alfa Romeo Spiders and stuff like that. I just remember like rich people with their weekend toys, they'd have Alfa Romeos. And so it's kind of a storied brand that I've never owned. And I think this kind of opens it up for a lot of people to a more affordable level. And it's in the SUV format, which is going to appeal to more people. And so I really wanted to take a look at it because over here, this is the Stelvio, and I think that's done pretty well, but it's an expensive car and it's a little bit bigger. But as you can tell here, the Tonali is not that much smaller. It's just maybe a hair smaller. It's a hair smaller than the Grecale, but I think this thing is really loaded up. It's got a little smaller engine and a 4-cylinder. I think that's going to be shared with its Dodge counterpart here. But as I was just taking a look at it, I'm really impressed. First of all, up front here, this is kind of what you see. This is what kind of draws you in, and it's a really good looking face. In fact, versus the Stelvio, which I really love, you kind of get all of the good stuff, and I think of some improvements in the front face. So probably the only thing I didn't really love about the Stelvio was the headlights looked just maybe a little big. They look fine. They're beautiful. It's kind of like a big-eyed lady. Very beautiful, but especially right here, they just tend to be a little meaty. And this goes very squinty, kind of gives it a really mean look. So you actually even get, I think, what looks like a little more menacing car. So if you're looking for something that's a little sporty, I love the fact that you can see here that the hood kind of floats around this. So this floating triangular center, which Alfa Romeo is known for, kind of just looks like it's separated and looks really great. Everything about this looks really premium. I mean, it's just really nice up front, and I think it draws you in. We do have a camera right here. So you do have that front-facing camera, and then a pretty short hood. I will say here that it kind of leans forward. You kind of get a little bit of a shark nose. So if this were to kind of roll back like a lot of almond-shaped cars, this would only be this long. You can see how short it really is. So that's pretty impressive. I know we don't have the perfect space here to see all of the contours of the car, but this one is the Veloce, which I think is going to be a little bit more expensive. So there are different models here that kind of can fit every price point. But a couple things that I really like about this is that it's a smaller SUV that's going to fit into any garage. As you can see here, the car is a little shorter than me, so you don't have to worry about clearance on anything. But what I really probably love most about this as I was looking through it is the interior here. You know, you get an interior that actually looks and feels like really high-end luxury cars without being a super high-end luxury car. So I love the small steering wheel. You've got the start-stop button on it. That's very Maserati-like. You've got the big aluminum flappy paddle gearbox if you want to do that. Even the instrument cluster hood is kind of sculpted. It's kind of flares out on the side, so it's got a lot of three-dimension. It's just got a lot of personality to it. You have this big floating LCD screen in the front here. This panel right here, which feels smooth, actually has, I don't know if it's like etched or how they have done that, but it's got like a pattern on it. That looks really good. To me, the materials here, especially the materials that you're more likely to touch, you've got the Alcantara and the stitching right there. This is a little bit more of your kind of standard rhino hide, kind of harder industrial plastic, but that's not what you're going to touch. And it looks great, but man, you're going to touch that. Even the air vents right there, they look fantastic. That whole center console, the buttons, even the little etching on the vent buttons there just look great. I look at this and I'm saying, man, this feels like a premium SUV. It does not feel like something that is kind of lower rent. The price is going to be reflective of that for sure. But you know, center console there, that's maybe the most standard thing of it. You've got the rotary knob over there, but even that looks pretty good. But that's probably the most basic. You've got the cup holders. It looks like you have a wireless charging pad right there. But you know, from a driver's perspective, you're going to be holding the wheel. And that is a sport wheel with a flat bottom, so that is going to feel awesome. You've got that instrument cluster that's a LCD screen up there, and then even the seats. You've got really massive side bolsterings on the sides of the seats. You've got some beautiful Alcantara inserts. They've got perforations in the Alcantara and then like a backing behind it, so you get a little bit of color peeking through. You get a little bit of that red peeking through there. So embroidery and the logo on the top headrest there, so you get all of that. I just think that this would be a really great place to sit and drive. Now, the other thing that you're probably wondering is in the back, in a small car, how are the seats? I will tell you this. I'm actually super impressed with the rear seats on this car. And there's a couple things that I want to point out here. First of all, the seat bottoms are very long. I don't know if it just looks that way or they feel that way, but so many times in the small SUVs, they kind of shrink those seat bottom cushions so that it looks like there's more space here. And then you've kind of got a lot of leg hanging off the seats. You know what I'm saying? A lot of leg isn't a problem sometimes, but a lot of leg not having support can be a real pain on long drives. But there's a huge amount of seat cushion and a fair amount of legroom. Now, I wouldn't say it's a huge amount of legroom, but sometimes there isn't enough legroom to even be comfortable. But right here, you've got plenty of legroom, even with this long seat cushion. And so that is really impressive. The other thing that I'm really impressed with is that they have carried over the premium seat type of material, the Alcantara perforation, peek through colors here in the back. So you don't just get that luxurious feeling when you're driving naked and have all that rubbing up on your body in the front. You can go in the back, you know. If you're making out in the back seat, you got all that too. Do a little Titanic, hot, steamy car scene. Fold down armrest there. Obviously, stitching and everything up here too looks fantastic. It's a pretty small SUV, but so far, no real compromises. And I am really impressed with that. If we go all the way here to the back, I did find out that it's a power lift gate, so you just have to tap it and it will go up. But I'm actually impressed with how much space there is here too. Can you fit a golf bag in here? Well, I don't have mine with me, so I can't tell you for sure if it's going to fit, but I'm actually impressed with how much space there is. There's this cargo cover here, so you can put this over your stuff if you wanted to protect it, but you know, you can see how big this cargo cover is, and then you've even got more distance here on the bottom, but this is a pretty big cargo area. It's certainly bigger than my Buick Encore, so, you know, I'll say the Encore is probably the smallest cargo area in any SUV, but this is actually pretty nice, and especially if you're going to travel with this, you know, put a couple rollerboard pieces of luggage in here, you're not going to have any problem with that. I mean, I can tell you that I could probably fit 4 of those rollerboard airline baggages in here. Plenty of space for groceries or short trips or whatever, but I'm really impressed with that too, because so many times in the smaller SUV space here, it's everything behind that rear seat that gets compromised. And then obviously power lift gate here, so if I just tap that, we get that. So you get all of the features that you should expect in a luxury car, as well as a luxury name brand Tonali. I love the back end here. I love the fact that this is a really sloping rear window that comes to a point and we have a really thin light bar. So it kind of mimics that front kind of pinched look in the front, but very aggressive. And this actually kind of reminds me of like the Toyota Venza, which is a weird car to compare to, but I actually think the back of the Toyota Venza with its kind of pinched, pointy back end looks really good. And also reminds me kind of the Jaguar F-Type, you know, having a really thin light bar go all the way across looks, I think, really good. Obviously, a black colored piece down here, twin exhaust, the backup sensors and all of that there, so you're not going to hit anything. So just in terms of the overall car, I'm just really impressed with how it looks. I'm impressed with how nice it is inside. Now, you're probably saying, Pete, all right, you're saying it's a nice car. How much does this thing cost? And if I look at the sticker here, this car isn't cheap. It's $53,000. But if you're looking for an SUV that's going to fit anywhere, especially if you live in the city, you know, you live downtown Chicago, there's not a lot of space. Maybe you don't have the biggest parking space. This is going to fit into anything. I went downtown Chicago this weekend, spot heroed space, and I'm glad I took my Buick Encore, because if I took my Jeep, it would not have fit in the space that I had. This is going to fit everywhere. It's going to be easy to run errands in. It's got a lot of space so that 4 adults are going to be able to easily travel with you. And man, I just think it's so good looking, and I've always wanted an Alfa Romeo. I'm not going to buy it, but there's something about this car that's calling me. I even like this blue. So if you want an Alfa Romeo Tonale and one that's the Veloce, I think this is what you should expect, and you should be pretty darn excited. If you're signing that line on that contract for this car, this is a pretty cool car to get. If you want this particular beautiful Veloce Tonale, it's here at Glenview Luxury Imports in Glenview, Illinois, just north of Chicago, and you can come pick it up, and it is here waiting for you at a price point that I think is very, very fair for this car. Damn, it's beautiful. Small SUVs, I don't know why they get me going, but they do sometimes. Hey, if you want to pick it up, come down here. Otherwise, I'm going to start roaming around here and checking out some other stuff too. Peter Von Panda, out.